Welcome to day 5 of our monthly educational series for the month of May, and this month we're talking about dealing with debt. And yesterday, after watching the video, I realized that I left out one extremely important debt that you need to take very seriously. Now, if for any debt or for any deferred payments, or even as a guarantor, you have issued a post-dated check, please prioritize that debt. And that's because issuance of dot checks in Nigeria as of today, I don't know about tomorrow, I don't know about elsewhere, is a criminal offense. And that means that a lot of things can happen to you if that check is returned unpaid. So please, if you've issued a check for a debt repayment, or you have guaranteed someone and given them blank check leaves, pay particular attention to those debts. Give them priority, because these are debts that can come back to haunt you. Also, when you borrow from a formal institution where you have either given a personal guarantee or given details of your identity, it's important that you prioritize those debts, because anytime you want to borrow for business, they will do a credit check on you and your credit history will come out. And then they will find out that you are in the habit of owing, or you are not faithful with repayments, and that will be a major problem for your business, because when doing credit checks, they actually lift the veil. Even if you apply as a company, they would find out who is the owner of the company, who's the shareholder in the company, and then get to it that the people controlling the affairs of that company are given to not repaying their debts or not repaying them on time. So it's extremely important that you prioritize debts to financial institutions or corporate bodies, and you also pay attention when you issue checks in settlement of debts. So leaving that aside, we go straight to today. I told you we will talk about creating a budget. Basically, a budget is having a plan of how you spend money, putting it in very, very simple terms. And there are two things you need to bear in mind when you're creating a budget. Where is the money you are spending coming from? List it out, find out the patterns, find out the frequency. How often can you expect it? Now, the next step is find out where is the money you earn going to? What do you spend money on? Now, when you have debt, it is the time to scrutinize your expenses. I mentioned in earlier videos, I think it was on the second day, I said you need to separate your wants. No, I said it on the first day as well. You need to separate your wants from your needs. Your needs, you must take care of. Your debts, you must repay. Your wants, the ones we can sneak in, we sneak in. The ones we can't sneak in, then we let go of. But you need to pay particular attention to your expenses. Now, when you list out your expenses for your needs, you need a second opinion, because what you need, it might be because of the way you feel or what you're comfortable with, that you have classified that particular thing as a need. What if it is not a need at the end of the day? So you need to be very, very careful and make sure that you scrutinize your expenses and then find cheaper alternatives for the items on your list. I mean, for a very long time, I had fancy diapers on my mind, and I had friends that came and recommended cheaper alternatives, locally made, not necessarily imported, that would do the job, not give you rashes, not disturb the baby, and you will still get the same results. So get a second opinion. Mingle with people who patronize or use the same things you use, and let them give you a cheaper alternative. You will be surprised that you will get the results you want without spending as much money as you thought. It's always good to get a second opinion. Now, right after you have matched your expenses with your income, you need to know that paying down on your debt is a need, not a want. And since you have prioritized it, when you are making money, if you are not eating, you will continue to incur debts. If you are not taking out the money you need to make more money, I always tell people that your transport fare to work is a separate part of the budget. You need to make sure that you can still earn more. So after taking out the money you need to earn, after taking out the money you need to survive, the very most important need that you need to sort is to pay down your debts. Of course, some people have too many debts to pay down on all of them at once, and that was why we talked yesterday about prioritizing debts and which debts should get your attention first. We also mentioned a bit of that today anyway. Right after doing that, you match and you pay. Now, without a budget, without a plan for spending your money, you would keep running from pillar to post every time money comes in. So the message for today, the very strong message in this video, is that you must have a budget before you earn, so that when you earn, you immediately move money out to where it should go. You have prioritized. You know what you want to do with money. You know how much is going to fueling. You know how much is going to airtime. You know what is going for data. You know all those elements you need to earn. You know what are your needs. And you know the extra, I need to feel happen kind of money that you're going to keep. As soon as you earn that income, having identified these categories, ship the money out. Whatever you're saving, ship it out. Whatever you're keeping, ship it out. Whatever you're going is going to debt repayment, let it go out immediately. You get money. There was a time I promised my husband money and then I told him that my needs took over, and he went like, yeah, that's because you didn't treat it like your tithe, paid first. So as soon as money comes in, the identified problem areas in your budget, please pay them immediately. As a matter of fact, you can have a direct debit instruction before the money comes in. It's for the best. That's the only way to avoid telling yourself and even the people you owe stories that touch. Now, if you are having some difficulty with this, get yourself an accountability partner who you will tell, okay, so how far with the debts? Have you paid that? Have you paid this? How much progress are we making? Somebody to hold you accountable to doing what you said you will do. When you make a budget, stick to it. Get help with sticking to it. And by the special grace of God and with your determination, you will deal with debt and overcome it. We'll continue from here tomorrow. Thank you very much.